Hello, my name is Frank Castillo. Welcome to Peaked. This is my co-host, my amazing compadre, JP Noda.
Sounds like you almost forgot your name for a second there.
My name or your name?
The way you paused.
Oh, I just was very surprised I nailed compadre right. Anyways, it's good to be here. It's got a lot of fun. I got a great guest. His name's Pat Barker. He's my friend. He's from Philadelphia. I'm really, really excited.
What's up, compadre? It's good to see you, bro. Can I tell you, I don't speak any Spanish. My wife and I went on our honeymoon to Mexico, and I thought I knew a little bit of Spanish. So, like, day 2 or 3, I started getting cocky. We were at the resort, and we didn't go anywhere. But, like, day 2 or 3, the waiter was serving us dinner, and I started out with, like, gracias. And then I graduated to, like, muchos gracias. And then I said, gracias, muchacho. And I thought I knew what that meant. And he just looked at me and he goes, ha, muchacho. And he walked away and I was like, oh, fuck, did I just insult that guy? And it ruined, like, the rest of my honeymoon. I looked it up later and it meant, like, small child or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I didn't mean to call him a small child. I thought that meant friend.
He was like, thank you, small friend. You're like, all right, God. I wonder how much he gets that every day as the server for the resort.
Just awful gringos coming in and butchering his language. I'm sure all the time.
And then I show up and he's like, thank God, someone that's like me. And then I'm like, hello, muchacho. And then he's like, God damn it. At what cost? All right, here, this is the PUFFCO. Just want to show you what this is. You'll double tap to fire it. Got you on the low temp. When you inhale, just inhale like a milkshake. You've never smoked a bong. I forgot. You've never smoked a bong.
No.
So just sip
Slowly.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to fill your mouth up at all. You can just sip it like very small.
I sip it. It's like a liquid.
Sure. No, don't like drink it, but just like here. I'll demonstrate.
Dude, I'm gonna die tonight, man. I have no idea what the fuck any of this shit is.
Just
inhale.
Oh, it's kind of like a Vicks vapor inhaler. Or
Absolutely.
Something. Yeah,
but you don't have to like crush it. You know what I mean? Just inhale slightly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to coach me in the moment.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
fuck
We're gonna go.
big time.
Yeah,
this is exciting.
Your wife's gonna be so mad at me when you get home.
I am the least weed experienced person you've ever had on this show.
Yeah, so actually, I wouldn't say that. Yeah. We had Jackie Gold on the show, and she was like, I've seen the clips, and I really want to do it. I've never smoked weed. Let's do it. And she came in here. I was like, we're gonna start you on the blue temp, and she's like, fuck that. Let's go to the top temp. And we're like, all right.
Slamming edibles, dude.
Bro, she was slamming edibles, just going to town. And at the end of the episode, she was like, I don't feel a thing. And we're just like, all right. And then she was like, give me the highest temp. So we hit her with the highest one, and she fucking just coughs. She's like, I'm fine. And then an hour later, because we're recording another episode with Brian Simpson, she calls us middle of the podcast, and she's like, I made it a block. I need you guys to drive me home. Which is why we have cars now.
It sneaks up on you for sure.
Yeah, it does. Also, dabs just hit a little different. You know, I mean, he can explain it a little better.
Edibles also, but yeah, no, I mean, it's just concentrated THC is essential. I mean, as opposed to like when you're smoking it from the plant, where you get like maybe the highest, like, you know, now I guess weed's testing 40%, which is a little bit crazy. But like, you know, back in the day, like anywhere from like 12 to 20%. And back in the day, I mean, like 5 years ago. Back in the day, it was way worse.
But you're from Philly. I mean, I feel like did you not have any experiences with weed in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, I was a fucking nerd in high school. I was not cool. I wasn't. You know how like all the peer pressure talk is like, oh, you're gonna go to parties and they're gonna be like, oh, do you want to try fucking heroin? And like they paint this picture of like you're gonna go to parties and all this shit's gonna happen. I never got invited to parties. So like I didn't go through any of it. I didn't drink till I was 25. And then I loved it. And I started getting hammered at like 27, 28. And I was calling up my friends. I'm like, dude, let's go out and get hammered. And they're like, I have a kid now. So like I was way late on that. And then I didn't get high for the first time till like 2 months ago. I'm 38.
Yeah.
And like a couple months ago, I got high for the first time.
And it was edibles, right?
Yeah. I've only ever done edibles.
That's so funny.
So like that little bubbly spaceship thing you have going on there, that's frightening.
Well, I promise.
We'll definitely take it slow.
Yeah, we will take it slow.
We'll make it enjoyable. Like, it's one of those things that you always want to make sure you enjoy the experience. Like, you don't want someone who never really smokes weed to get so fucking high they don't want to smoke weed again.
Exactly.
I honestly thought I was going to be like Ethan Hawke in Training Day.
Smoke this. No.
You like to get wet.
Yeah, I didn't know you like zesty ranch chips. You're like, what? They're like, yeah. So let me walk you through the smorgasbord we have here. It is our Super Bowl episode, which is why I'm wearing this ridiculous Browns jacket. It is actually an authentic NFL. What is it? What's it say? Authentic Pro line. I don't know. It's what to wear on the sidelines. So you asked me where I got this.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Did you get this from a homeless guy?" And I did. I got it from Boone. I got it from Boone Shakalaka.
Oh, that checks out.
I remember he showed up at the Comedy Store with just a bunch of Super Bowl, like not Super Bowl shit, because but a bunch of football stuff. And I remember he just had this big ass jacket, and it was cold as shit that night. And I remember just being at the store, fucking hammered, and being like, "I want a jacket." And he was like, "I have this. It's $10." And I was like, "Absolutely, I'll buy it." And then I bought it. Because it was like, I'm brown. It's the Browns. I just thought it was ridiculous and funny.
Yeah.
And I wore it at work, and people were like, "Are you a Browns fan?" I'm like, "No, I just want to be warm." And then the guy was like, "That's an authentic jacket."
Yeah.
And I had to like look it up, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's like an authentic sideline jacket."
Yeah.
So it makes me think, where the fuck did Boone Shakalaka get this jacket?
Probably at a Browns game. How bad they've been. He might have played on the team at one point.
Someone just threw it on the ground, and he just picked it up.
Coach just quit and took it off.
Boone was the quarterback for 3 years, which explains a lot about their record.
Yeah, you're also a huge sports guy.
Yeah.
That was, you've written on a lot of great TV shows. You wrote on God, what was it? Damn it.
I wrote on Bill Simmons. Short-lived HBO show.
Yeah.
I wrote on the Sports Illustrated Awards 4 years.
Yeah.
I've done a bunch of like sports roasts.
Yeah,
and
you've
things
murdered
like that.
all the roasts.
Appreciate that. So like, yeah, I've done a lot of sports shit. I actually, this is pretty funny. Late 2019, I got hired for a show called Fair Game with Christine Leahy. It was on Fox Sports, and it had been running for like a year, right? It had been on the air. And I got hired, and I started on Monday. And on Wednesday, after we finished recording the episode, they called an all-staff meeting, and I was like, fuck, this show's going to get canceled on my third day. I swear to God, bro, the show got canceled on my third day. So Thursday and Friday, I had to come back and finish my onboarding paperwork and clean out my desk. I couldn't even be mad because it was such a comically short period of time. I was just like, that's funny.
It's also like being in this. Oh yeah, here. Do you want which one of these HIFIs would you like? So this is THC. I will keep this because I actually really. So these are HIFI hops. Lagunitas makes these. These are basically sparkling waters, but cannabis infused.
Okay.
These are really, really dope. They've got Lagunitas terps. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So they basically they made like a sparkling water, and then they took terps from hops.
Nice.
Yeah, and hops and cannabis are in the same family, so they share some terpenes.
Okay. So we got
it
some.
has like more of a berry flavor than anything. Like actually tastes like.
I like a berry flavor.
So we have THC, but we also have CBD. That's just straight CBD. So you're not gonna get like high. You're just gonna feel wiggly.
And it'll even kind of curb some of the THC, like from the dab.
How much THC is in one of those things?
Just 10.
But it also, like, if you're not really, depends on what you've been eating.
Yeah, I also have these delicious
Exactly.
zesty ranch snacks.
Yeah,
So
let me
I'm
get
gonna
you a
hold off. Let's
CBD
start
might
with
be
the
in
CBD.
Yeah.
And then
this is the 18-1. Perfect.
I'll use it to wash down these ranch snacks.
Oh yeah. Oh sweet.
Oh, appreciate you. Thank you.
And then we also have some amazing. We have a nice little spread. I got some fried chicken, some 5-layer dip because they did not have the 7 layers. Then I got some delicious Tostitos salsa and my wife's family's barbecue sauce.
Fire.
Yeah. I made the trip from Temecula.
The most Mexican thing Frank's ever done was buy Tostitos. Just went into Gelson's like, hola!
Muchacho.
Now, the worst thing I ever did, which thank God my grandma's dead, because if she found out that I warmed up tamales, frozen tamales in the refrigerator or in the microwave, she'd have fucking killed me.
That's awesome. Where are you supposed to warm them up? The oven?
No, you're supposed to steam them. That's how you mostly cook tamales. You're supposed to steam them, and then that's what like cooks them thoroughly, and it's all good. But if you're extremely lazy and high on midday, you will microwave them, and your family will be upset. All right, let's get into this. Yeah. So you got the zesties.
Yeah.
I will fuck with this. Oh, you like the lime, don't you?
I like the hot.
You like the hot?
Unless you want them. But
No,
these are,
I'm
like, my
good.
fucking
Dude, check
favorite.
these out. These are straight up fiery hot Cheetos.
Right.
You gotta use your teeth, kid.
Oh, good. That's my kind of shit. I didn't want to seem like a savage on your podcast.
The childproof.
Yeah. All right. So this entire package is 10, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole thing about that is it's meant for snacking. So like you're not gonna.
This shit'll be gone in 30 seconds.
Can I have more?
I'm like Nicolas Cage. You give me a bag of chips, it's gone in 60 seconds every time.
This is a fun job we have here.
It's pretty wonderful. And these are like seriously like some of my
Oh
favorites.
my god.
Oh, those like flaming hot Cheetos.
Literally like flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh, can I hit one of
Yeah,
those?
please.
Look at me talking like a drug guy. Can I hit one of those flaming hot Cheetos?
Can I hit that hot Cheeto?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
They're hotter than Cheetos, but they're delicious.
Oh my god.
Fuck that up.
Those are arguably better than Cheetos.
Right?
100%.
Real good.
Right? It's scary to see where weed's going.
Don't even
Yeah.
taste the weed.
If by scary you mean delicious.
I mean, that's the thing though. I mean, God, I remember I had so my dad's been really, I told you guys off air, my dad, he's quitting drinking, or at least trying, and these help a lot. He'll pound one and then he'll do like 6 edibles, and it's like I caught a buzz. I'm just
Yeah.
like, damn, yeah, thoroughly
For sure.
enjoys it. We killed like 5 of them over the weekend, and it was just like, yeah, it was like same kind of
Almost like
wobbles.
drinking with your pops, chilling.
Yeah,
That's
but
chill.
without the tears.
No.
All right, let's get into it.
First dab. You load them
Yeah.
up already?
Yeah, I'll load them up. All right, you ready?
I still don't know what I'm doing, but sure.
Oh, okay, cool.
What do I do? Do I come to you?
No,
No,
I'm just gonna
wait,
hand this to you.
Okay.
Both hands on it.
Okay.
When it vibrates,
Invite. Oh fuck.
it'll
Jesus
vibrate.
Christ.
Yeah. And then you just inhale as
From
much
the-
as you
from the
like.
top.
From the top. Yeah.
Do I have to do something to make it
No.
vibrate?
It's
just
just eating it.
Oh shit. It's like my table's ready at Chili's. And
and
I just kind of like,
Yeah, just lightly.
Oh, yeah, you can put your put your lips on it. There you go. All right, good. You're good.
oh, that was the coolest shit I've ever done. Jesus Christ.
And you can wait a second.
Yeah, yeah, you don't have to say that part. I knew. I don't have a choice. I'm waiting a second regardless.
And I will absolutely murder this one.
Round 1.
So what are we smoking?
So this one's gonna be Tropicana grapes. It's a rosin done by my buddies over at Punch. It's Tropicana cookies crossed with grapes and cream. The grapes and cream is grape pie and cookies and cream. It's really kind of a classic cookies strain taste, so it's kind of like a little bit planty and a little bit gassy. But it really has a really thick, creamy smoke. But when you finish that exhale, there's the Tropicana cookies has this citrus orange like flavor that you'll definitely taste in your mouth. It's not there in the front, but as soon as you're done, it kind of lingers.
Dude, I feel like I'm watching Jordan in the dunk contest. Like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, just constantly taking the hits?
Yeah, man. I'm impressed.
I mean,
That's years of experience right there.
yeah, I mean, I feel like you've seen me at my highest while doing stand-up, too.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember, one of my favorite memories of you, because I remember when you were drinking, it was at the store once, you had a few, because you rarely drink, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you cut loose and you had a beer, and you, and I could tell you were drunk because you fucking were so excited to see me when I rounded the corner once. And you gave me the biggest smack on my back. Like the smack on your back your uncle gives you, and you feel it
Yeah.
for like a week or two, and it like warms your whole back. He was just like, buddy, like whack. And I was like, oh, man. It was so
Yeah.
fucking
Dude, I'm
fun.
a happy drunk.
Yeah.
I get drunk and I just like, I'm loving life.
Yeah.
I just want to like hug everybody and apparently slap the shit out of their back.
You very much turn into like the man's man when you're like drunk. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just
You're like chopping wood and shit. It's freaking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
yeah, dude, I'm like when I'm sober, I don't know how to change a tire,
Yeah.
but like you get like 4 or 5 beers in me, I could probably build a car from scratch.
It's like a regular Abe Lincoln. Build a house, dog. Oh man. You go to the first question?
Frank, what's a bullshit party food?
What's
When you show up to a party and you see it, you're like, you immediately think less of the people throwing the party.
Oh, I don't. This is, and I now that I think about this, I know it's because I'm a fat fuck. I hate it when it's just a veggie plate.
Yeah.
And it's nothing else. Like I like, and also those sandwiches that are like the turkey round sandwiches. They're like good.
Pinwheels.
The pinwheels, they're like good, but I know they could be better. You know what I mean? Like it's just one step. I know they could be better. Like my perfect spot is when I walk in and there's like a couple pizzas, some wings, definitely like a meat board and such. Like that shit's dope. Yo, if you got pizza rolls, if you have a food spread like where teenagers hanging out and your parents aren't there, you're my favorite person. Yeah, that's about it.
So veggies are bullshit.
Veggies are bullshit. I think veggies are
What
bullshit.
about you, Pat?
I mean, he took my answer. Veggies are most certainly bullshit. I agree with that. I'm gonna deviate a little bit on the meat board, as you called it. Yeah, dude, the charcuterie plate.
Yes, that word.
Man, I'm not picking up loose salami with my hands. That shit's weird. Put that on some bread or something like that, you know? The other night, actually, at home, I volunteered to cook. I also didn't cook until recently. I started cooking.
Oh, wow.
And I thought I'd been killing it.
Yeah.
And I said to my wife, I was like, I'll cook whatever you want for dinner tonight. And she thought about it, and she goes, maybe you could just go to Whole Foods and grab, like, some charcuterie, like, stuff, and we could have a charcuterie plate. Which, like, number one, like, just dug into my heart. I'm like, Chef Pat is bombing. Like, but number two, like, I'm not eating that shit for dinner. Little pieces of cheese?
No.
Like, I'm a fucking, like,
mouse?
Mouse? Yeah. Never.
What are we, rodents? No, I want food.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, I remember I cooked for Hannah. It's fun cooking. And Hannah's a much better cook. And sometimes she'll be like, why am I the only one cooking? I was like, because if you want me to cook, it's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised by 2 single parents. That shit's just depressing. I remember the first time I cooked her, I was like, I'm gonna cook you something that my dad makes me. And it was, I think it's called chicharrones, but it's like tortillas, cheese, eggs, and like pepper. And then you put ketchup on it. It's fucking great. And I remember I cooked it for her, and she was like, this is what you would eat all the time growing up? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I'm so sorry. And then she like hugged me, and she got sad. And I was like, what the fuck happened?
Did you say you put ketchup on it?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
I mean, I don't think
I feel like your grandma's rolling in her grave.
Yeah, I don't think my grandma was appreciative of me putting ketchup on that, but yeah. She also used to make spaghetti, and that was my favorite dish of hers.
Yeah.
But she called it Mexican spaghetti because she would spice the meat with taco seasoning and sugar.
Yeah.
Is that gross?
I mean, no.
It's interesting.
It's interesting is a good way. Also, I like the way you were like, her spaghetti was different because she would take the meat. It's like, already it's different because most spaghetti doesn't have meat.
Yeah, it's yeah. She just put ground beef.
There's carne asada on it.
Yeah. Yeah, she put the spaghetti in a taco shell. Like, Frank, what happened? I was a very weird kid. I liked that. I remember I told Tony Hinchcliffe that I was like, yeah, my grandma used to make spaghetti. He was like, what the fuck? Because he's like Italian. And I told him how, and he was like, I could watch it like hurt him. And I was like, oh yeah, I forget. He like, his family like cooks like meatballs and shit, like the whole, like, very Italian.
Yeah. He looks like he hasn't eaten in years. So I would imagine it's not very good.
Who's your dream halftime performance, Pat?
I'm actually pretty psyched about the show this year.
Who's it this year?
It's Dr. Dre.
Oh,
it's Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Kendrick, and Mary J. Blige.
That's amazing.
Which is like, dude, for a year. But that's like the agreement. Remember, like a couple years ago, they got a partnership with Jay-Z.
Yeah. It was
like a strategic partnership.
Yeah.
And he had to go in and be like, stop booking the Rolling Stones. They're like 300 years old.
Yeah. Can we not have Nickelback?
Yeah. Because I mean, that's honestly like what they did every year.
Yeah.
Every year it was like, every eye in America is on the TV. What is Three Doors Down doing right now?
Exactly. They're the biggest artists we have right now.
Yeah. So, I think this year is gonna be sick. I would love it if Britney Spears got her shit together next year and they did like a free Britney, like that was her big return to the spotlight.
You know what?
Sick.
People forget. I love Britney Spears.
Sure.
After she's been gone for so long, she was like, her and Squints are the people that got me into liking white women.
Squints was the kid from The Sandlot.
I know, he kissed that white chick, and I was like, okay. I want that. You know what I mean? Like, that looks cool.
Yeah, boy, I went in a different direction.
I told Squints, I met him once, and I told him, I was like, you're the whole reason I started liking white women. And then he was just like, really?
Yeah. Dude, one of the drunkest I've ever been maybe was at a Britney Spears concert. I took my wife. I tried to do the good husband thing. I've taken her to see Britney, Beyonce, Rihanna, Kelly Clarkson, and Christina Aguilera.
But how many of those were you like, I actually really was?
Well, Rihanna was with Eminem and Beyonce was with Jay-Z.
So you were like,
so there was something for me.
Yeah.
The other three were just straight up like, let's go see fucking Kelly Clarkson. let's do it.
And I feel like,
I'm gonna be honest, I enjoyed every one of them.
right? And like when you're
It
in
was fun.
when you're in a relationship or when you're married and you're like, I don't want to go to these concerts, and you go and you're like, I forgot how much I fucking love Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, we saw her at the Hollywood Bowl like recently, and she was awesome. But the Britney one, we were in Vegas. She's doing her like Vegas show, the residency, and I just got fucking hammered. And I was like straight up heckling Britney Spears. Because it's in this like little theater where like theoretically she could hear me if I yelled something. And like it wasn't mean. I wasn't like, you're a bum, but it was just sort of like I just dipped into my database of Britney Spears knowledge, and I was like, remember the time she performed, she had the snake on her?
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's like the middle of the concert, and I'm just screaming like, where's your snake?
And
like, my wife was so embarrassed, but the craziest thing happened. Everybody around us, which was entirely like women or gay guys, they thought I was so fucking cool. So my wife was like, shut up, and everybody's like, this guy's awesome, and it just encouraged me more. I was just like yelling shit. I was like, you're way better than fucking Christina Aguilera. Yeah, I don't think there's heckling at a Britney concert that often, but I pulled it off.
Yeah, that seemed more like support than anything.
Yeah, it was encouragement heckling for sure.
Yeah. And then it's also so funny to be like, if they knew you were a straight guy, they would have been so upset. They're like, what? We can't support this, but we do.
I was undercover.
You're undercover?
But yeah, I'll take a halftime show with all those divas. I'd be in for that.
Absolutely. What was the Prince halftime show was still fucking, that was amazing.
So sick.
That was so cool.
There was literal purple rain.
Yeah, man.
It was incredible.
And he was such a good fucking like guitarist. He just would rip.
Yeah. He was awesome. Who's your ideal one?
My ideal one. Well, the Prince one happened. My ideal one would be. Let's see who would be real cool. I mean, hip hop obviously is always like, it'd be real cool. I mean, can we get Tupac back to life? That'd be fucking sweet.
Oh, I would watch the Tupac hologram.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So what's the hologram halftime show that you're
holograms?
like? Just straight holograms. Only holograms.
The lineup would probably be like,
because at that point, because if you're going dead people,
Yeah.
holograms, that lineup gets crazier.
right, for sure. You could go Elvis.
Jimi Hendrix.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Hendrix. Janis Joplin.
That would be hilarious.
They would get Kurt Cobain out there for sure, but they would have him do like some Foo Fighters shit or something. They would freak it that way, and then Tupac would, when they do like they insert like a like they did with Travis Scott a couple years ago when it was Maroon 5, and they were like, we gotta have like a rapper there. So they're like, I don't know, just fucking go out in the middle of a Maroon 5 song and just rap some shit. Like,
Yeah.
it was so poorly planned out. They're like, the Maroon 5 guy, you stop singing, and everybody else just keep playing your instrument. And Travis Scott, you'll just like, I don't know, just say some shit that rhymes and then leave. I don't fucking know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for sure, you would have like Elvis featuring Tupac, and it would be awful.
Oh, God, yeah. But it would be a sight to see.
That's the end of round one.
Perfect. Go ahead and clean this up. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Right?
It takes a minute for like the shit to kick in with me. So
okay.
I think I'm still sober.
Oh.
I think. Do I not
Does
seem
that work?
sober?
Is that true? How do you think when do you
For dabs or for it depends. I mean,
Oh, I forgot I even did that thing. Maybe I'm high as shit.
Yeah.
I completely
so like
forgot I even
dabs,
did
like
that.
I would say, like it's like smoking. It takes like 10-15 minutes to kind of really set in.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd say if it was taking time, but normally if you just kind of don't really smoke a lot and take a dab, you would feel it pretty immediately. But like I said, you took such a small amount and like really at a low temp that like definitely getting more flavor and just kind of a nice little hit.
I think I forgot my Q-tips. The one thing.
Better use some paper towels, homie.
All right.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
Actually, I fucking
Do you
might.
mind? Oh,
Let me see.
sweet. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I'm just wondering, do you guys edit the podcast or do you leave all of it?
No, we leave it all in. Yeah, they can just watch it. All right. They're like, what's going on? Frank's unzipping something and cleaning something. You haven't been doing or you have gone back to stand up?
No.
I remember when you popped back in, it was actually really cool to watch because
Already used.
it was like you didn't miss a step.
Thanks, man. It was it's fun. I don't think like I'm done with stand up.
No.
I anticipate going back to it someday, but like for now just trying to like focus on like the writing stuff, and it's tough when you have a kid, man.
Yeah.
It's really tough to justify being out like 5-6 nights a week once you have a kid.
No, I feel I got cats, so write it right there with me.
Yeah, I'm over here taking my son to like school and all his like different therapies, and you're over there putting ketchup on chicharrones and sticking them in the We are not the same.
No, my kid gets fussy when I forget to feed him. You know what I mean?
Do you feed your cat the ketchup chicharrones?
Yeah, I do. He's very upset. Oh man, but yeah, I remember when you announced you were having a kid, we were all so fucking excited because it very much felt like a roast battle child. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it was the first one.
Yeah,
It was the first one. A couple people,
honestly, the best one. You know what
I mean, I completely agree. I'm biased. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, a couple people like followed suit, and we've got to have like roast battle play dates, which is really
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
My kid has hung out with Toby's kid and Alex DeWong.
Yeah,
and
Alex Swan's got a kid. Toby's got a kid. You have a kid.
Leah Kajanian before she moved.
Before she moved. Jasmine Lee's got a kid. A few other people. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking sweet. I'm staring at my wife like, when are we gonna do this? You know what I mean? No, she doesn't want a kid yet.
You do?
No, not yet, because she's doing her career stuff, and like my parents absolutely want us to have a kid.
Yeah, of course.
Is that one? Or did you
Yeah.
give it to me?
No, I gave it to you already. What's the other one?
Yeah, and I think I do eventually, but my parents had me super young, so it's also like, yeah, I want to make sure everything's set first, and also like we're getting high on a fucking Monday.
Yeah.
Of the week. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give that shit.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna recommend you have a
Yeah.
kid.
Oh, you don't think I can have a kid?
I was asking out of concern. If you tell me you're trying to get her pregnant, I will stage an intervention.
Oh no, I am. I've been hiding her birth control, and but there's some about the. All right, I'm gonna stop making fun of him. I think I'm sterile.
Yeah,
Smoking up weed.
Wait, is that a real thing?
I think it slows it down. I think it also depends person to person. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, like, you know what I mean?
So you mean my semen's taking a smoke break every time?
Maybe. I don't know.
You have this
You have to
slowest
get it
semen.
tested, the only way to know.
She's gonna get pregnant. It's gonna take 4 years to deliver the baby.
The baby's gonna come out just high as shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out in like a beanie, doing fucking like hacky sack, listening to the Grateful Dead. Oh my god.
I'm stoned, Frank.
Are you?
Yeah.
How many? Tell them what you did before you got here.
There's these really stellar they're iced tea lemonades called Uncle Arnie's, like Arnold Palmer's.
Yeah, sure.
They're 100 milligrams each, and I had 3 of them.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And like it's all kind of settling now.
I'm like
Kind of gnarly.
I'm like sometimes 5 milligrams gets me. Sometimes sometimes it's 10, but it's a lot cheaper to be in that world.
100%.
I was talking to our boy Gino from
Speedweed?
Yeah.
Shout out Gino. Hey,
He's at the Comedy Store all the time, and he was telling me a story about some comedian who like routinely does like 1,000 milligrams before he goes on stage.
Oh, Joey Diaz?
Yeah, that's the one. I didn't know if I guess that's not a damning statement on this podcast. kind of makes him a cult hero, if anything.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin Joey Diaz's career. Guys, he does 1,000 milligrams.
I don't want to imply that someone is a drug user on peak. Yeah, dude. I mean, that shit is wild to me. It's nice being able to get high off of like 5, because like I'll go buy a tin of gummies and it'll last me like 2 months.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
man.
definitely.
Yeah. No. A gram of wax I'll go through it in like 2 days.
Less.
I'll kill.
Line yourself, dog.
I mean, let me have my moment. And then edibles I murder just because they're just so convenient.
They're delicious.
Oh, I gotta tell you what happened to my hot knife, JP.
What happened to your hot knife?
My hot knife broke.
Did you snap in some resin?
I did not snap it in some rosin. It turns out, and I gotta ask PUFFCO, is it covered in the warranty if you drop your hot knife in the parking lot of the Comedy Store and someone drives over it?
Oh, see, that's your fault.
No, I think it's covered under warranty. It also still worked for like 3 days afterwards.
It's definitely your fault.
Yeah, it's probably my fault.
Who drove over it? They owe you a hot knife.
It was Eric Griffin. I think Eric Griffin drove over it. I don't think he knew at all. I remember walking out because I couldn't find it. And I was like, where is it? And I walk out and I just see him just leaving. And I'm like, it is under his very nice car's tire. All right.
This car was sitting on it?
No. I like watched it just
okay.
go
I was
over.
like,
And I was like,
"Holy fuck."
No, but it actually did hold up pretty well. But I think it finally took it.
PUFFCO makes a damn good product.
PUFFCO
Frank.
makes a damn good product. It could get ran over and it's fine. All right.
Round 2.
What are we smoking, JP?
This round we will be smoking, actually kind of becoming one of my new favorites. It's the strawberry gelato cream. It's straw banana, gelato 41, and wedding cake. So I thought you're gonna get kind of sweet strawberry banana, the strain kind of notes, but it really does kind of taste berry like strawberries. Definitely another kind of creamy smoke on that guy. The gelato 41 adds a nice sweetness to it too at the very end.
Oh, nice.
It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. So it's like full terps, really nice high.
Oh, you should probably have to tell them what terpenes are.
The terpenes are basically the smell and flavor of anything, fruits and everything have them as well. But cannabis, and basically what it does, it helps like kind of drive the experience. THC is what gets you high, and the terpenes kind of steer the ship.
Nice.
For the most part. So like there's like tangy, like orange citrus terpenes are normally associated with sativas, and they have those very uplifting kind of effects. And then there's indicas that are high in like terps like linalool, which is similar to lavender, which are more calming and relaxing.
Okay.
So this one's definitely more of a relaxing, but it has a really nice kind of sweet taste.
I feel like when my mechanic is telling me what's wrong with my car, like I'm just smiling and nodding and hoping that you're not full of shit. Like I don't
how much?
entirely know what you're saying, but I'm like, do I do the thing now or? All right.
Did you turn it on for him?
I did. Oh, I might have turned off already.
Oh, okay. I was too busy listening.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, dude.
It's ready.
It's all good. Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you taste it?
Yeah, for sure. One thing I love about like weed culture compared to drinking is like you guys embrace the like it tastes like it's like a hint of strawberry and all this other shit. Like it's got citrusy notes to it. Like when I started drinking, I wanted to drink like the fruity girly drinks, but
Yeah.
you get bullied.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you gotta drink fucking like whiskey on the rocks. And it's like, why am I drinking like rubbing alcohol? Like
Yeah.
I got really into like flavored vodkas.
Oh.
And I was getting bullied super hard, and I didn't even care.
What was your
I said,
favorite?
I was like 27, but
Yo, I was vanilla daiquiring it up.
bro,
The marshmallows.
bubblegum vodka,
Wild.
bubblegum vodka with a little bit of Sprite, son,
I'm a sweet guy. I like
Blackout.
that shit.
Unbelievable, yeah.
People are always like, especially when I was drinking, like when you drink heavily, people were just like, you're right. People try to bully. It's like this weird culture. I remember at the store, I was doing like, they were making us do 151 shots because we were like, they were called door guy shots. You know, you're new, they haze you. And then after like the third one, they were like, hey man, you don't have to keep doing this to yourself. Like you work here now. And I was like, oh, okay. I just want to fit in. But dude, that shit would wreck my fucking night.
Yeah.
This is gasoline.
Yeah. I mean, I'm too old for shots now in general.
Absolutely.
Like, nah, not doing that anymore. But yeah, I never understood that culture where it's like the shittier the thing tastes, the more of a man you are for drinking it.
Yeah. It's definitely this weird thing of like machismo shit of like, oh, you can't handle 5 IPAs. It's like, no, man, I don't want to ruin my fucking life.
I believe that there is not one person on earth who legitimately enjoys IPAs. I think it's just a thing people say to like feel cool.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Man, I remember.
Love IPAs.
Do you ever have delirium tremens?
No.
It's a Belgian white. It's like 15 or 16%. It comes in like small bottles, where they would do in like big bottles. It was like $20. When I worked at this like microbrew like Yard House place, I would buy it because it was discounted for us because we were employees. So for like $15, I would get fucking blackout drunk. And like you would only have to finish half the bottle. The first time I drank it, I woke up in the bush outside of my work. I was like 21. It was fucked up. My friend, I remember I had a friend. Another time, I don't know why I kept drinking it, but I remember another time I drank it, I had woke up and I was in the back of Barley and Hops, where the fucking where all the recycled glass was in the bottles. I was literally lying on like
God, just in a bed
trash
of
and
glass.
broken grass because I was just fucked up.
That's awesome.
Because I went outside to take a piss because I was like, I'm an employee, I can walk in the back, waiting for the restroom, and then I just fucking blacked out, and they were like, Frank. It was the whole thing. Man, yep, that's why I don't drink anymore.
Dude, my favorite drunk story was my brother, who was also like a late drinker. And he had been out drinking sometime in his like mid to late 20s, and he was still living with my mom at the time. I guess it was like 25. And he comes home and he's just blackout drunk. And apparently he goes in the bathroom and he like something happens. He goes to sleep and then he wakes up and he goes to the bathroom and he ends up putting a pillow in the sink and turning the sink on and just leaving. like the fucking wet bandits in Home Alone. So my mom wakes up and the whole hallway is flooded. So she goes into the bathroom and she like turns it off and she wakes him up and she's like, and they're the only two living there because my dad had passed away at this point. And she wakes him up and she's like, "What did you do?" And apparently he like wakes up out of a dead sleep, stares her dead in the face, and she's like, "Who put that? You put a pillow in the sink?" And he just looks at her. He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I can assure you, it was not me who put the pillow in the sink." And he just went right back to sleep. And then woke up in the morning. He was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, that was me who put the pillow in the sink."
That was 100% me.
It's like, no shit, dude. You're the only one here.
Oh man, my dad. I love my father, and you know, him being a drinker. Like we got into a lot of adventures. One of my favorite memories. It was the I think it was like the downtown, like some festival. Downtown San Jose does festivals all the time, and they had like a silent DJ area, and it was just, you know what a silent DJ is? You know, DJ, everyone's wearing headphones. Yeah, and different shit happening. And then they had like beanbag chairs, right? So me and my friend Andrew DeLeon, like we went to high school, best friend, knows my dad, everything. We're all like hanging out doing the silent DJ. My dad's there. We put our headphones on, and then I lose my dad, right? I'm like, where the fuck is he? We're getting ready to leave. And then we turn around and my dad is halfway over the fence with a beanbag under his arm. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? He looks at me and he goes, "I'm making memories." And then he jumped off the other side, and then I saw him like 3 hours later at home.
And you're trying to get him to slow down? That's fucking awesome, dude. I'd be doubling his dosage. That's incredible.
Dude, I was telling this story to someone else. It was like, my parents are such, like, they had me when they were in their 20s, and I feel like they're still very much in their 20s.
Yeah.
Because, like, I remember...
I mean, they both look younger than you.
Absolutely. Everyone thinks my dad's my fucking younger brother. It's disgusting. My mom, when it was me, my stepdad, and my siblings, and I used to work at this golf course restaurant, Journey's End of Pechanga. Hey, shout out. My mom would go to my work on my days off. And she would tell us, she's like, "I'm going to the store, like grocery store. I'm going to go run errands." She would go to my work on my days off because it was a morning restaurant. So the afternoon to lunch, so like the noon to 3 or 4 was dead because it's just kind of like end of golfing, blah, 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 right? So she would show up because there'd always be one bartender, and she'd be like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up Frankie." And they're like, "Oh, he's not working today." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And the bartender would be like, "Stay, hang out and have a beer." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, all right, cool." And she'd stay and have a beer, and they'd give her my discount. And she would do that on all my day offs. She did it for like a solid year until eventually my coworker was like, "Yeah, your mom was here." I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Dude, what?" And I confronted her, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't." She was like, "I would just get out of the house." She was like, "You don't know what it's like having kids."
I love that by like month 8, she's still like, "I don't know his schedule. What do you mean he's not working today?"
You know what I mean? I was like, bro, yeah. It was so ridiculous. And she kept doing it too when I moved out. So funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's a character.
Frank, who's a celebrity you think you could have the most roast joke written? That's 400 milligrams for you, baby. Who's a celebrity you think you could have the most celebrity jokes written for?
Off top, I think
like if they were like, "Yeah, we're doing a roast for this guy this weekend,"
it would have to be someone in the media, like going off right now. I mean, if they roasted Joe Rogan, I think that's the only way that I think everyone would forgive him after that. You know what I mean? I think roasts really are the thing that like bathe people in fire, and like when the shit's going wrong, like if they do a roast, there's something about a good hard reset. You know, like when the Louis stuff was going, I was like, if they did a roast and had you know what I mean? Like just people come up, like, yeah, they'd bathe that motherfucker in fire.
I mean, it's good PR for sure. Mm-hmm. That's why Rob Lowe did it. And, Baldwin to a degree, and certainly Bieber.
Absolutely.
Bieber was like the most hated guy in America, and then he did the roast, and people are like,
he's so cute. He can't deliver a joke correctly. He's fine. Yeah, it's very interesting. So I think the Ted Cruz, actually, if I have to say anything, I think Ted Cruz is the most roastable person.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they get on him so hard about the time fucking Trump called his wife ugly and he didn't do anything about it.
I mean, not only did he not do anything about it, like a week later he endorsed Trump for president. It's like, bro, have a little bit of fun.
Come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm high now. by the way.
Okay,
I feel
perfect.
it kicking in.
All right, good.
I couldn't get to the end of that sentence and think of the word that I was looking for.
And then you were like, oh, I'm lit.
Yeah.
Welcome
I
to
don't
my
feel
world.
it like I did with drinking. Like when I used to drink, I would know when I was drunk.
Yeah.
But when I get high, sometimes I'll be like, I think I'm high, but I'm not sure.
And that's the best thing about this too, is like, so the concentrates we're smoking, it's rosin, so it's high quality, and it's just the processing method's a lot more natural. You know what I mean? So like before it would be, how would you describe it? It would be like
something like back in the day. God, I keep saying that. Like I'd say like 10 years ago, the big thing was blasting everything with butane or hydrocarbons, making BHO. So you're getting concentrates. They're testing 80%, 90% THC, 80% THC. But now what they're doing, people are making high quality hash. It's much less yielding overall, so it's more expensive to kind of make. But they're basically taking the plant and like the trichomes or like the little crystals on them. They're separating just that using only ice and water, and they're squeezing that with pressure and heat and making this rosin. So it's almost like a fresh pressed juice, or like kind of like the natural.
Oh, nice.
The natural
like
state of the concentrate.
And so the flavor's better, and also the shape of the high. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want you to come here, get fucking blasted, and then like freak out on the way home. Like,
thank you.
You're welcome. So, but you could feel it. You're like, am I high? But you're like, oh, this shape's a little nicer. I'm not like tripping the fuck out. That's kind of like what I like. That's what I want everyone's first time smoking weed to be. It's
Sure.
like same thing with the culture of like drinking, where people are like, you got to go hard. You know what I mean? Not everyone wants to take 400 milligrams of edibles.
One day you will.
I mean, yeah. Some people just like to do 10 or like a 5 or.
Nah,
It's
fuck
good
that.
stuff.
I want
Seven-layer
to get
dizzy.
to your level.
Hey,
Oh,
man,
damn.
you let me
I
know.
mean,
Baby
it is,
steps, but I'll get there someday.
it is pretty fun, dude. I've done what I think I've done most I've done is 200 in a day. I've done 100, 150 all at once. And that's like, the thing with that is like you're the come up, you're just like, but then you get there and you're like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Whereas like I feel like if I stagger it, I'm better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did like 20 once.
How'd that go?
I mean, I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it for sure.
Where do you feel it?
I feel like my head gets really like light, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like if I go to turn my head, it feels like it's almost in slow motion.
Yeah.
I run into that a lot. I didn't know what to expect the first time. I was like, are the walls gonna start bleeding? Like I didn't.
No, it's not an acid. Yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, something is supposed to happen, but you just kind of feel like, I don't know, good.
Yeah.
It's hard to quantify exactly, like, how you feel. Just like light and good, I guess.
Yeah. But you've also never smoked flower too, right?
I've never smoked anything.
Oh, okay. See, that was
I smoked like 2 cigars. That's my
Yeah.
whole smoking experience.
Yeah, me and my father had this conversation where it was like he doesn't want to like smoke anything, especially like pens or anything. None of that interests him, just because of his lungs, and just like he's like, I'd rather like drink or eat something. And that's also the fun part of weed is now, you can eat chips or you can drink like a seltzer water. It's much easier. It's the the avenues are open, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Even like Pabst is getting into making seltzers and stuff like that. So they're trying to like, brands are trying to become more accessible to like the everyday customer.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's kind of crazy seeing like corporate monsters coming in. There's already a ton of weed, but still, like, it's like, oh shit. Because if they ever open like national distribution chains, like Pabst already has national trucks.
Lagunitas already has that.
They're kind of Heineken.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the things like these brands pop in and like legitimize themselves in cannabis, and arguably in California, like the most legit state to do it.
Right.
And then like as soon as things open up, be able to just like become the biggest, distribution in cannabis would be kind of crazy.
Wow. I did the I did the Pop Rocks a few times. That's fun.
Pop Rocks.
Yeah, there's a company Sonder. I think they do them. They're like space. They call them like space crystals.
Space
or something
crystals.
Like that. Yeah, totally. They're
Yeah,
like
it's just you ever
American
take
Pop
like
Rocks.
actual Pop Rocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I
that
think
but
it's
weed.
like a 5 milligram bag. Yeah, it's like nice and light.
10.
10. Yeah.
10.
Do you like
give me the full 10?
You like
hell
malt balls?
I like what?
Malt balls?
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, I have strawberry malt balls. You can have these for later. You
those
can
home,
take these
yeah.
home, dog.
Oh yeah.
Those are delicious.
10 milligrams each, so you probably want to have half of it.
10 milligrams per malt ball?
Yeah.
So be careful.
This is gonna last me 3 years. Thank you.
Frank, what's a Taco Bell item you wish they'd bring back?
Oh God. Taco Bell item I wish they brought back. They don't have the Mexican pizza anymore, do they?
No.
Which is pretty much just a tostada.
Yeah. Did you actually like the Mexican pizza though? It's kind of
I feel like my grandma's really upset at this whole episode. Well, what else have they? I can't remember anything else that they had that I was like, oh, I know that. I mean, they still have the fucking chalupa. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
The Doritos Los Taco really set everything apart. Like they don't have to make anything else after that. That Doritos Los Taco was like,
You see the 7-layer burrito a lot. They don't have that anymore.
oh wow, okay.
They got rid of that one.
Yeah.
That was my first job, Taco
We
Bell.
go to-
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I worked there when I was 16. Yeah, I
Were
worked
you a
there
manager?
16 and 17. Hell no. But sometimes when comedy's not going well, I'm like, man, if I had just stuck it out, I could be like a fucking shift supervisor by now. I could be a key holder at Taco Bell.
Is that what they're called?
What's that?
Key holders?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. But yeah, that was my first job when I was like 16, 17. So basically, I ate Taco Bell every day for like a year because we got like the discount and everything. And it was just
Oh, wait, you
there.
didn't get free food? You got a discount?
Nah, it was fucking bullshit, dude.
Nah.
Yeah.
You
And
ever
then
take any food?
what's that?
Do you ever take any food?
No, I was such a goody two shoes. I was like, I wouldn't even do that.
Dude, I took so much food at
Now, if I
Starbucks.
went back, yeah. Now,
Oh, dude.
now my brain has been infiltrated by Bernie Sanders. I'm like, I'm entitled to all this shit, bro.
I worked at a movie theater when I was in high school,
Yeah.
and we'd put the bin candy away at the end of the night, like the bulk candy, and I'd go and like start, just eating it or whatever. And one time I walk out of the back room, and one of the managers, like the upper managers, was walking by and looked at me and saw me chewing on it, and just goes,
He made you spit out the bin
I
candy?
spit it into his hand.
That guy's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's like throw it out, or like whatever. And I was like,
Oh my god.
What do you do?
nothing, throw it away,
That was a good one.
and then I kept closing.
That's dude, that is wild.
That was a little shit.
My friend, her family, she's Canadian. I know, ew. No, her family's Canadian, and when they lived in Temecula, they owned like the cheap movie theater there.
Yeah.
And she was saying that when she worked there, she would just do whatever she wanted because it was like her family's theater. So she would just go and like take the fucking candy, and they were like, "We have to do inventory." She was like, "I don't give a shit." Take candy. It was hilarious.
And that's probably the attitude you should have at that age.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be like a scared little kid like me, 16 years old, like, oh, I don't wanna sneak a taco, like I wanna pay for, everything I eat. Like looking back, I'm like, man, I should have just eaten it all.
Absolutely.
What are they gonna do? Fire me
Mm.
from Taco Bell?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You
Yeah.
know?
Over a 7-layer burrito.
I can't believe they got rid of that though.
Yeah, I used to love that.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, since I stopped working at Taco Bell, I mean, you see some shit when you work there that's gonna make you never eat Taco Bell
Like
again.
what?
No,
Come on.
No, honestly, I never saw anything like crazy. The thing that always skeeved me out is we would get the deliveries of like the meat, and you always know like it comes in a bag. It's just a bag full of meat, and you throw it in boiling water for like 20 minutes, and then you cut it open, and it's just ready to go. So like right away, you're like, I don't trust any of this at all. But like the steak would the bag would say steak, the chicken, the bag would say chicken, and the beef, the bag would say taco meat filling. And I was like, I don't like the sound of that. Like, why doesn't it just say like beef? So yeah, that was the only thing that really gave me pause. I was like, I don't trust this place at all. So yeah, I never really went back. Plus, I ate it like every day for like a year. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
just, like,
Taco
I was
Bell
kind
last
of
night.
sick of it.
Yeah, talk about last night. You're like, can I get extra meat paste?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The cheesy gordita crunch. That was my
Yeah,
that was my go-to. They still have that?
No, I don't think so. I think
The
that was
che-
one
they
of
got
rid of the
yeah.
cheesy
I think
gordita
so. I don't
crunch?
remember because there was one that was that, and then there's also like they were like the double decker for a while. That was like just like with the beans in between. Now it's cheese, I think,
Yeah.
and that was like my favorite
Hmm.
when I was a kid.
Oh, we're doing bets for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Winner, you don't. We'll if you win, depending on who you pick, we'll get you some cool sumo swag.
Love it.
But we're gonna do a bet if whoever loses has to eat a 100-milligram bag.
That's it. I'm just kidding.
And the winner gets
A
a
200
200
milligram.
milligram. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess. Well, if I lose, I'll have to. Oh, I guess you get to. How about this? We'll pick who. We'll pick the dosage of whoever wins.
All right, man.
Oh God damn
Sounds good,
Are
bro.
you just picking the game straight up, like who you think's gonna win?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you done that yet?
it! No,
Who do you think's gonna win?
Hey Frank, who's in the Super Bowl?
that's the Bengals and the Rams.
Hell yeah.
Just making sure.
I had to
Hell yeah.
Google it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think your family would be pissed off if you didn't take the Rams.
Yeah, but there's also the part of me that thinks the Bengals might do it because the any given Sunday thing. But it looks like the Rams will take it. Oh, come on, Pat. You're my sports guy.
I mean, the Rams are the favorite. I'm going with the Bengals.
Whoa, shit. Okay.
I'm going with the Bengals. Team of destiny, man.
Okay.
They hadn't won a playoff game in like 30 years.
Okay.
Nobody expected them to be here.
100%.
They're here. They have a second-year quarterback. He's
Fuck.
like super fucking swaggy. Dude, after the last game, one of the reporters asked him if his diamonds were real and his chain. And he's like, of course they are. I make too much money for them to be fake. And I'm like, that dude's going to win the fucking Super Bowl. That's how the Super Bowl winning quarterback talks, you know? And the Rams guy was, you know, he
was like, of course my diamonds are fake.
Yeah. I mean, he used to play for the Lions, so he still has like Lions stink on him. Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals.
So you're going with Bengals. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do this edible challenge with us or no?
100 milligram? No.
No. All right.
No, I'm gonna pass. I'm betting for the love of the game.
You're like, and I just want cool free shit, which you'll get anyways.
Yeah, free shit.
All right. So are you going?
I'll take Bengals.
You take Bengals?
Yeah.
All right. God, now I feel like I picked the wrong team. I feel like I'm gonna eat. He's gonna make me eat like 1,000 milligrams.
I wouldn't do that. Too.
He's like 500. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Around
that makes
there.
sense. Okay.
Figure it
Cool. How much time do we have? I just want to make sure. Oh, okay. Cool. Sweet. Dope. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this last flavor, and then we'll get into our favorite sports moments of people that killed people. No, I'm just kidding.
Hell
You say hell yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Do you know a lot? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that actually. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez like killed a dude.
Yeah.
Who else?
Aaron Hernandez, he killed a couple guys. It's not a joke. I don't know what the hell he's laughing at.
Well, it's because you're right.
It was
He
a
did kill-
tragedy.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
He did kill a couple guys. I keep forgetting.
OJ, allegedly,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Dante Stallworth, but that wasn't his fault.
Wait. What?
Dante Stallworth was a wide receiver, and he, I think he was driving drunk.
Are you good on this one, or are you? We're on another one.
Oh, I'm good.
Well, okay.
I'm good. Thanks.
Listen, you took you. Yeah, you did too. You're good.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah, I'm
welcome.
proud of myself.
Yeah, you should.
No, we appreciate it.
Guys,
I still have a couple chips left. as
Let's
well.
enjoy it.
put a nice round of applause for Pat.
Thank you. Yeah, Dante Stallworth was driving. I think he was drunk and he like hit and killed somebody, but it was nighttime and they weren't in a crosswalk. And he stopped and like called the police, so like he got off. He didn't get in trouble.
Huh? Do
So, like,
you?
yeah.
I was gonna ask a fucking question. I was like, do you stop? Do you stop if you know you can get away with it? Like if you know there's no repercussions, do you still stop?
Bro, I couldn't bring myself to steal a taco. And you think I'm gonna live with vehicular manslaughter? Of course I stop.
I remember one time my mom ran a dude over and we let no, I'm just kidding. No. There was a story of my aunt driving in Fallbrook, and I guess it was like a guy that was working in like the fields or whatever. That sounds weird. There's orchards out there. He was one of the guys that was picking fruit. He was a Mexican guy, and I don't know if he was documented, but like my aunt was at a stop sign, and she was getting ready to go, and this guy comes flying down and hits her car on the bike.
Yeah.
And he like pops up, and my aunt was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "I'm good," and hopped on the bike and just dipped. And my aunt was like, "What the fuck was that?" She was like, "It was like a deer hit my car. It was wild. It was so fast. It was very, very, very funny." I don't know if that was funny, but that was definitely a story.
It was pretty funny.
All right, cool.
I'm just too high to laugh, so I'm smiling politely.
That's most of my set.
No, I was
Smiling
remembering the
politely.
time I had a guy on a bicycle run into my car too.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, like he was like riding it on the sidewalk, which he wasn't supposed to be doing. And I was like
Oh,
making a
whoa.
right turn, and he like hit my bumper, and it was one of those things where like, I didn't even see him because he hit me.
Yeah.
But like I felt something, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and there's a guy like fucking somersaulting on a bicycle. So I like pulled over, and he like went up to my car, and he was like all pissed off, and he was mad at me. And then I stopped, and I was like, were you riding on the sidewalk? And like I explained why he was in the wrong, and it processed in his brain, and you could see like he realized he was in the wrong, but he couldn't like back down, so he just like
He had committed already.
He just like pushed me in the chest and he was like, "Be careful from now on." And like, I was like, "All right, I'm fine." I thought I was going to jail for a minute, so I'm like, "All right, that I got off pretty easy with that."
Yeah, I just got to push.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna be
funny.
terrifying.
Oh yeah. When you think you accidentally killed somebody,
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did stop.
You did stop.
I did stop.
That's good.
I have a feeling you wouldn't stop.
If
we're being honest.
I'd be honest. I'd stop, but I feel like my wife would make me stop.
Your wife's a better
What
person
if
than
she's
you.
not there?
No, I'd stop. I'd stop.
I just think living with that on your conscience would be
Way too much.
No, I mean that. I mean, yeah, that. But also, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I saw that shit ended. You know what I mean?
true.
That's how fucking villains are created, or fucking like ghosts and fucking curses.
By the way, thank you for giving me the crunchiest food on earth to eat into a microphone.
Yeah,
I
no, that's what
appreciate
that's where.
I hope I'm not fucking anything up.
No, that's what they like.
These are legitimately really, really good.
Wonderful.
I like how it was like, this is a Super Bowl episode, and I brought chicken, and I was like, none of us are eating this chicken. We'll eat the chicken.
I'm not eating until you put ketchup on it.
Oh, okay. Do we have ketchup?
That's my rule. Don't
Oh.
put ketchup on the chicken, you fucking psycho.
You never been to Shakey's? You don't fucking chicken on ketchup. Chicken on ketchup? God damn it, Frank, you are high. Final round, dog.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what am I smoking?
This one is it's gonna be the Seabiscuit. It's a tier 1. It's Afghani Landrace and crossed with the Secret OG. All I could find on Secret OG it looked like it was an LA Confidential cross. Really great pine terps. Like when you crack the jar, and it almost smells like pine sol almost. But when you taste it, it has this very chemically pine taste. It's really nice, actually.
Take a sniff.
All right.
It actually kind of reminds me of GMO, the funk that you smell on it. It's very interesting. That funk doesn't necessarily translate
Yeah.
as much into it. It's kind of funky.
What am I smelling here?
It's like
Pine sol?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
piney. Yeah,
Yeah.
has
for
a very
sure.
clean smell. It's very interesting. But like how chemically it is, it reminds me of another strain called GMO, which is very like fragrant and like so like for lack of a better term, like loud. You smell it.
Loud.
Yeah, for the lack of a better term, loud.
Lack
dog.
of a better term.
Yeah.
Loud.
All I
I
can
love
think of, dog.
You should loud.
Yeah, man, I'm on autopilot, bro.
I like how I love how at the beginning of the podcast you were like, "Wait, you're not high when you show up?" I'm like, "No, I gotta make sure we're all set up for the show." You're like, "I'm fucking blasted when I show up." And I was like, "Oh,
Man,
maybe I should be too."
I start early.
That's true.
Go to work and it's some Arnie's for breakfast.
Yeah, but I feel like if I'm stoned when I show up, then I'd be like, "All right, here now I remember everything." You know what I mean? Like the Q-tips, right?
I think it's you get on the autopilot and you just don't forget shit.
Absolutely.
I liked when you were like, "Nah, I stay sober the day of the show," and he was like, "Totally sober," and you're like, "I only smoke weed like 3 or 4 times." It was the most Frank shit I've ever seen. I love
Frank
it.
shit. What do you remember? Do you have any other like most Frank shit memories?
No, I just
You were at my wedding. I remember that.
I was at your wedding. I was drunk at your wedding. I was too drunk to see if you were high. I assume you were.
Well, yeah, we were smoking weed in the back.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. No, I just it's kind of like it all runs together. Like you're just always like high and smiling, which is like a great combination.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I remember what I wanted to bring up. You first off, thank you for helping me win roast battle.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You also helped write one of the best jokes that I think won the Matthew Burchard battle, which was the Matthew McKinda gay.
That wasn't me.
That was you.
No, it's how high you are right now.
Really?
Yeah, not me.
Who was that?
I don't know. But whoever it wasn't me. Great
I'm
joke.
positive it was you.
I don't think so.
No, I'm positive it was you because I remember
Maybe it was me.
we all broke to
I'm high too now.
we all broke to write separately. When we came back, we were just because we were all working on like those kind of jokes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
those like quick like blah
Yeah.
blah blahs. Because I remember that was like the last thing we had to tighten up, and I remember we all like read, and there was like good ones. But I remember you were like, "Ah, this is the last one I have." Matthew McKinda gay, and then it like destroyed the room. And
That
then-
actually, yeah, that sounds familiar. I think
Yeah.
I did write that joke.
you
and
did write
completely
that
forgot
joke.
about
and
it.
yeah,
Wow. Well, you're welcome.
thank you. Yeah.
All these years, I've been like, when am I going to get my fucking credit for Matthew McKinda gay? Nice
Nice
to finally be recognized.
Hey man, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
No, but I remember as like your handlers for roast battle too. Like the biggest thing was like we have to time Frank's weed to like make sure that he's not too high during the battles. It was like you had this like window where you turned into like a superhero. and it lasted for like X amount of time before you turned into like completely useless. And it's like, we got to line it up. If he smokes 13 minutes before the battle, he'll be in a crazy fucking zone.
Yeah, or I'll be way too nervous to actually function.
Yeah, and we timed it perfectly.
That was
you were on fire out there.
That was ridiculous. It was a lot of fun.
Okay,
Oh.
Speaking of, who was your first roast battle against, and how'd it go? And do you remember your closing joke?
Mm-mm. I can't remember. I think who's the first person? I can't remember who the first person was.
That's disrespectful.
I
Yeah,
want to
right?
say it was. I want to say it was Luke Schwartz.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Luke
could be.
Schwartz. And then I said one of the jokes I had, because he had zits. I said Luke was named one of Neutrogena's top 10 comics breaking out this summer.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then I also said something about like they make I didn't know they made Comedy Store shirts in size skinny little bitch, and that like popped. But I just remember like because it was like he had gotten hired at the store before me, and I was so fucking like, because he got hired. I love Luke now. Like he was at my wedding. He's like my best friend.
Yeah,
but this is so funny when you first show up. You just like you think everything's like so competitive and shit. Like I remember where I was out of town with my family when he got hired at the store, and he like posted about it, and I was like, God damn it! I was like, I should be there. Well, I fucking missed out, but it made me work harder. And then when the time came, it all worked out.
Yeah, for sure. And he also kind of sucked back in the day. I like Luke now, like, and I think Luke would be the first one to be like, he's changed a lot since like
He's
I
a lot
first started
nicer.
coming around. A lot nicer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not care for that guy. At first. Not a fan. Not a
Who
fan
did you
at all.
like? Who did you like less? Josh Martin or Luke Schwartz?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because by the way, everyone's like, I hate Josh Martin. He was so mean and stuff, but he's just like he got picked on a lot. He's just a prickly pear. And he was always nice to me, which was the weirdest thing.
Right.
And I remember he's always been nice to me, and he was a dick to everybody.
I honestly think it was probably Luke because we had to battle because they ran that tournament and they put us together in the first round of the tournament. And I had no interest in battling him, but I was like, let's exchange some info. And he got really secretive. He was like, he wouldn't tell me anything. He wouldn't talk to me.
Yeah.
Right. And then we battled, and I'm just like, I'm going in. I'm like, wait, what's he going to come at me with? Because like, I didn't give him any info. What's he going to know about me? And he just insulted my wife, all 5 jokes. She still wants to kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, I remember.
My wife still brings him up randomly.
I remember that.
She's like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of that guy one day. And I'm like, no, he's nice now. He's changed. He's a good guy. And she's like, I don't care. I'm going to murder him.
Yeah, people forget that, our wives are not involved in what we do.
My wife caught so many strays from that show.
Dude, especially at the beginning of the show, my wife caught a lot of strays. That's why she's just like, I fucking hate most of those people.
Yeah.
And the people she loved are the people that remembered her name and were like nice and shit.
Yeah, the people who didn't insult my wife in the battle, she has a special place in her heart. Yeah. You know the most fucked up thing, because like we're comics, we have a fucked up sense of humor, and we're joke writers. We can appreciate good writing. So my wife had a miscarriage like 6 years ago, and we have a son now, so like everything's cool. But like off of the miscarriage, I remember the first comic to make a joke about it. It was Dan Nolan.
Best.
Probably the best miscarriage joke to this day.
Yeah.
It was when Pat lost his child to a miscarriage last year. There was nothing funny about it, which is how Pat knew he was the father.
Great
and like
joke.
Destroyed the room. I lost the battle on that, and like deservedly so. Incredible joke. And the next morning, my wife was like, "How'd the battle go?" And I'm in comic mode, so I'm like, "Oh, he had this great fucking close." And like I told her, and she got really upset. And I was like, "Yeah, I understand you're upset, but you got to admit that's a well-written joke. Like that's really good. There's like a misdirect, and I was trying to like get into all the literary devices of why it's a great joke, and she's like, my baby's fucking dead, so shut the fuck up. And I'm like, all right, maybe you just don't get the joke. Let me say it slow. I didn't really do that. But
God, yeah, we are terrible people, man.
Let me mansplain why your miscarriage was hilarious, please.
I remember you had such one of the funniest things. I don't know if you remember saying this, but I remember I had asked you after you had your kid, because it was also, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, sure.
Having the kid after all that, and, because I remember how worried you were.
Yeah.
And then after the kid was born, you know, and I had asked you, I was like, how's it feel now? Like that you have a son, you're like raising and all that jazz. And you were just like, feels great. And I was like, well, how do you feel about like, you know, the abortion, or not the abortion, sorry, miscarriage that happened. You know, do you have like, I was like, how do you feel about that now? And you're just like, what are you talking about, dog? I only like people that make the team. I was like, Jesus Christ. You're like, I don't like winners, dog. And I was like, oh my God, Pat.
I'm so glad that my wife doesn't support anything I do. She'll never watch this.
No,
Thank God.
yeah, I'm definitely not going to clip this up. Yeah. All right. Last question.
Yeah, sure. What's the school lunch you always used to look forward to? And was it actually worth it, or was it just like hype?
Oh, dude. Elementary school. Always remember this. And that's why I have such a deep found love for my grandmother. So my grandmother used to be a teacher at San Jose East Side Union School District, whatever the fuck. And they had these Red Baron pizzas.
Yeah.
Right? They were the best fucking pizzas. They were like, it was like before frozen pizzas or like warmed up pizzas were like dog shit. This was like a solid, it had full pepperonis, like the sauce. It felt like a legit pizza, right? And it was always on Fridays at school at lunch. And when I would go, I loved eating it at lunch because I knew my grandmother would show up with 2 grocery bags full of Red Baron pizzas because she knew all the cafeteria people. So they would just
she had a plug?
Bro. She would just get all the fucking lunch stuff. Bro, we had all the fucking my grandma knew all the fucking delivery drivers and shit. So we would get just cartons of chocolate milk, tons of fucking white milk. Like it was so dope.
Her car's just full of loose tater tots.
Bro, it was great. But I didn't realize like we were just poor and grandma had the hookup. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yo, we're rolling in it. Bro, I was the king of school. I'd show up Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, fucking Wednesdays and shit, all fucking Red Baron pizzas, and they're like, "How are you getting this every single day?" I was like, "Cause my grandma."
Did you flip them?
G. No, I ate them.
You never flipped the pizzas?
I should have flipped them.
Damn, dude.
I ate them because I was such a fat piece of
I
shit.
did done the same thing, dude.
What are you, Pat?
I mean, I feel like Pizza Friday is like that's the answer.
Ours were just like so trash.
Yeah, looking back,
Like,
they were
like, steamed and funky and like
steam.
like so. Like, yeah, they were sure like it was not good. It came in like a plastic. You had to open the plastic. And
Yeah, we would do like the French bread.
But it was,
Those
like,
are the ones I
soggy.
loved. Those are the ones.
And like the line would be the longest on Fridays for pizza day, and you'd wait most of your lunch and get this dog shit pizza.
By the way, here's how I know you're always going to be a fat piece of shit at heart, because the way he explains weed was how you explained Red Baron pizzas. You're like, this one has a little bit of a deep dish, and they put the pepperoni in, and the deep dish allows the consistency to rise to like the fucking Walter White of microwavable pizzas over here.
Oh
It's
my
incredible.
God. Oh, so funny. So funny. All right. Are we good? I think we hit it, right? Perfect. Anything you want to plug before we head out?
I have a podcast that I have done no work to promote in 4 years. Remember Jeff suing?
Yeah, I love Jeff.
Yeah, so we have a podcast called Pat and Jeff Like Sports.
Mhm.
We just recorded episode 185 today.
Holy shit.
I have made no effort to ever promote it. Nobody knows I do it. It is literally he moved to Cleveland. So it just becomes every week we have an excuse to like link up and just talk shit. And it's mostly sports, but like just catch up on life. And it's like one of these things, I don't care if we ever get another listener, but I'm high, so I'm going to promote it for the first time.
Oh, man. We're groundbreaking.
My brain's working in a new way where I'm like, what if we invited other people to listen to it? So yeah, Pat and Jeff Like Sports.
All right, cool. And before we go, is there any random sports like story or random sports?
I love how you brought me on for like sports, and we sat here for like an hour and a half, and you were just like, let's pick a random team to win the Super Bowl. You didn't even know who was in it. It's
No,
awesome.
I did. I remembered it. Listen, I'm not, I'm not great
No, I
at
mean,
sports.
I was trying to think of a football.
Well, because you've worked a lot with celebrities and stuff and sports people. So like,
I was trying to think of a football story coming over here, and I think the best one I have is so it's the 2016 Sports Illustrated Awards, and Peyton Manning was presenting an award. It was like a humanitarian thing to like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Jim Brown and Bill Russell and whatever. So I had to write his speech. So I'm writing, and I write Jim Brown was a 4-time NFL MVP who whatever. So everybody else just showed up right before the show and just read off a teleprompter. They didn't give a fuck. But Peyton Manning is like meticulous. He showed up 3 hours early and wanted to practice his speech and everything. So we're standing around, and he's reading it off a teleprompter, and it gets to the Jim Brown part, and he's like, the teleprompter says 3-time MVP. So I turned to the producer, and I thought I was being quiet, but I was just like, we got to change that to 4. And Peyton Manning just stops dead in his tracks. And like, we're all huddled up. It's like literally like I'm in the huddle with Peyton Manning, and he turns and looks at me. And he's huge too. He's like 6'6".
Fucking Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and he turns and looks down at me. He goes, "What'd you say?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. I was just saying that we got to change that from 3 to 4. And then the writer's assistant, who apparently had changed it without my knowledge, goes, "No, actually, I looked it up and it's 3." And I was like, no, because I looked it up and it's 4. And we're arguing in front of Peyton Manning. And he just goes, hey, how about we just give him the higher fucking number, huh? And I was like, absolutely, Mr. Manning. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But it was like, I got yelled at in the huddle by one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And
you're like, I feel like I'm part of the team.
I felt like an offensive lineman who missed a block or something. Yeah, man. It was scary, dude. He's big.
Yeah.
And then he went out and just crushed the speech.
Yeah.
Just killed it.
Did you see Peyton Manning on SNL?
No, but I'm sure he
fucking
kills
hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense how meticulous it is because he murdered his desk bits.
When he hosted the ESPYs, he did great at that. Yeah, so he's we should have had him host the awards. We had JB Smoove host, and that was like funny because we started writing like 10 days out, so we're writing all these like monologue bits about all the people who are receiving awards, and we're writing them kind of like roast style, you know what I mean? And then JB gets there 3 days before the event, and we're doing a table read, and he stops and he goes, "No, I don't do jokes like this." And we were like, "Well, what do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, see how you have these jokes about Michael Phelps?" And we were like, "Yeah, those are good jokes." And he's like, "Yeah, but he's like, I do like a bit. Like, here would be my Michael Phelps bit. You know how people like go swimming in water? What if they went swimming in pudding? Think about how hard it would be to swim in pudding." And we're sitting around like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And he changed the whole monologue, and the whole thing was like, what if you were a boxer, but you had to be on a tag team with your grandma, and then she's boxing another grandma, and you're just standing there watching your grandma's fight, and everybody in the crowd was like, what the fuck is going on? JB Smoove is one of the funniest people on earth, but it was just so funny to watch him do that, and the crowd was all like nerdy white sports writers, and they were just like, I'm really uncomfortable right now.
That's so amazing. Oh man, dude, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun,
dude. I had a blast.
How do you feel?
Thank you for. I feel pretty good actually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let me get another bag of chips.
Yeah, absolutely. You got them right here with your name on it. Thank you so much, JP. Thank you, Third Wheel. Thank you, PUFFCO. Thank you, Punch. Thank you, TSUMO Snacks. Who else do I have to thank? Did they get everybody right? HIFI Hops.
HIFI Hops. ABX.
ABX. Hey, thank you guys so much. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.